Shalom Aleichem. This is Brother Colby. My mind's been on the topic this morning about the 5 gates. These are your senses. And this is not a new teaching, by the way. I don't know if you ever heard about the 5 gates. But this goes back, even John Bunyan in the 1600s was teaching and mentions this in his books. Now, did people before him knew about this? I do not know. But there's so much truth in this, and what I'm going to tell you, I believe I'm just scratching the surface. I believe it goes much deeper than this. Okay? So the 5 gates are your 5 senses. This is the hearing, the smelling, the seeing, the feeling or touching, or the tasting. And what you allow in comes a part of you, and you carry it with you. Now, whether it's the spirit man or your soul, I do not know. I did not study the distinctive difference yet, okay? But you allow it in you, it comes a part of you. Now, in 2 Corinthians 12:2, Paul states that whether I was in the body or out of the body, I do not know. And he was referring in second or third, I believe third heaven or something. And I bring that up because people who get vivid dreams from God, your senses are with you in these dreams. And these dreams are so real, so vivid, detailed, real. You have knowledge that is given to you. You know that it's true. You just know that you know. In these dreams, your senses are with you. In one of the dreams, God allowed me to smell. And that was a first. In one of my dreams, my body was in my bed. I felt, in my dream, I was in Asia. I literally believe that I was literally there. I don't know if I was or not, but when I woke up from the dream, I really believed that I was there in Asia. But yet my body's here in Pineville, Louisiana, in my bed. Is that true? Can that happen? I do not know. So in dreams, your senses are with you. It's a part of you. It's outside the body. So the body's over here. The body is just a glove that your soul fits in. It's just a shell. But you have your senses, and it's part of you inside you, okay? Now, there's something called astral projection. Now, this is outside God. This is demonic. This is witchcraft. You stay away from that. Yes, there's truth in it, but stay away from it. This is wrong, okay? In Matthew 6, verse 22 to 23, we all heard probably, your eyes are the windows to your soul. Now, I'm going to be reading out the 1537 Matthew's Bible. This is William Tyndale's translation. I find it to be more accurate. It came way before the King James and so on and so forth. This is what he interpreted. He translated, I should say. The light of the body is thine eye, which is your eye. Wherefore, if thine eye be single, if your eye is single, all the body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be wicked, then all thy body shall be full of darkness. Wherefore, if the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Now, I looked up in my Interlinear Bible. I recommend you get one of these. I looked up the Strong Concordance number for the word single. It's Greek 573. It means single, sound, simple, clear, unfolded, focused. And I started thinking, doesn't sin just complicate things? And I kept pondering on the word single. And I said, where have I read this before? And I remember I read this in the Apocrypha. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. This book is in the Apocrypha. This book is highly recommended by one of the rabbis in the Jewish communities, which they usually don't read the Apocrypha. He recommended in one of the Torah portions, which is very rare. And this book the Lord's given me and my other buddy knowledge on the book. He gave us a word that's called insight. It's deep insight. This book goes over the different 12 patriarchs' accounts. There's a lot of spiritual warfare, how to overcome bitterness, how to overcome anger, how to overcome lust. It is a must. It is a need to know in our generation. I do recommend you read the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. Okay? I'm going to be in chapter 4 of Reuben's account. So I believe Reuben is dying on his deathbed. He's speaking to his sons. And this is what he says. Pay no heed, therefore, my children, to the beauty of women, nor set your mind on their affairs, but walk in singleness of the heart in the fear of the Lord. Walk in singleness of the heart in the fear of the Lord, and expend labor on good works and on study and on your flocks until the Lord gives you a wife whom he will, that you do not permit as I did. And he goes on that he couldn't look his father in his eyes, or, he couldn't speak to any of his brothers. He was really upset what he did. I believe he was with his father's maidservant. And he says that his father prayed that the Lord's anger would pass from him. And he says in verse 5, and from then until now, I have been on guard and have not sinned. So he's talking about guarding himself, guarding his heart. Just listen to this. Therefore, my children, I say unto you, observe all these things, whatever I commanded you, and you will not sin. For sin of fornication is a pit to the soul, separating it from God and bringing it near to idols, because it deceives the mind and understanding. Fornication deceives the mind and understanding, and leads young men into Hades, which is hell, before their time. In the last part he says, for if fornication does not overcome your mind, neither can Belial, which is the devil, overcome you. So he talks about staying focused in studies, staying focused on your task, stay focused like in prayer, devotion, stay focused on the Lord, and guard yourself. I highly recommend you read the Testament 12 Patriarchs. I'm going to put an audio book in the link below for you to listen to. I'm telling you, good stuff. I started thinking about these 5 gates. And I started thinking about PTSD. People experience trauma. And it doesn't have to be necessarily in war. But trauma. Like the PTSD, loud noises trigger them. Certain experiences, certain things, memories, some things they've seen. Guys, there's some things you see that you can't unsee. My unit went to Afghanistan. I didn't go with them. I got out right before then. I wanted to go, but I was talking to my buddy who went out there, and he told me straight up, brains ain't pink, man. They're gray, man. And this image of this man's brains on the battlefield is stuck with him. You can't unsee that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Be careful with images and things you watch, what you see. I mean, everybody remembers their first sex partner, their first drink, or whatever it may be. You remember these things. You try to forget them, but they're always there. It kind of haunts you. Now, we must overcome this and move forward. And a lot of people are just stuck back there. They're stuck and they can't get out. Some of them can't let things go. It's a part of them. And we need help. We need deliverance from the Lord. We need freedom from this. You really can't grow because you're stuck over there. You can't move forward because you're stuck. Does that make any sense to you? I've noticed that I'm at war. I'm at war with my flesh. My flesh wants things, and I gotta constantly tell it no. There's addictions and things that your body wants, and you must fight these urges. You must fight them. I notice I'm at war with my phone, and etc. Reason why I say the phone, like if you're just scrolling, be careful, because you don't know what's going to next pop up, and these images get stuck in your head. So we need to guard our hearts. I recommend the fast and pray to overcome. This is a must. You want to stop sinning? Start praying and fasting. You know what else I've learned this past few weeks? I've learned about to always pray without ceasing. What does this mean? What does it do? And what I've learned is that it puts a shield, it puts a covering over you. When you pray throughout the day, continually to pray, constantly, you put a covering over you. And I've noticed less temptations. I've noticed less spiritual attacks, and so on and so forth. We must try to stay walking in the Spirit. And if we're watching fleshly, worldly things, and then you try to pray, it's hard to get in the Spirit after coming from that. That's why people, they watch all this crap, and then they go to church expecting God to move, and then when they leave, they go back to the same crap that they were watching and being a part of, and they wonder why nothing happens. But if we were to put this worldly stuff away and stay in the Spirit, stay in prayer, stay in the study of the Scriptures and prayer, and you find yourself not sinning. I hope this has blessed you. I'll leave a few links below. But I do love you. And guys, we must fight to the end. Never accept sin. Fight it, fight it, fight it. Fight it. If you love your soul, fight your sin. Okay? Shalom. Bless you.